So there's a really well-struck 8-iron. Coming up on the screen in the corner here, you're gonna see some of the stats. Now, the one you're looking at the most here is the smash factor. Very high smash factor of 1.37 is what it says, which means that I had on that shot plenty of compression and forward lean on that shot. The opposite of what someone does when they cast. So right after this, I want to show you my #1 cast fix. It's going to help just about everybody out there with a little bit of work. So stay tuned. Hey, this is Steve. Thanks again for joining me. I will never profess to be perfect. As I used to say, I am on a mission to hit the ball longer and straighter than ever before, and I certainly hope to help you do the same. All right, let's talk a little about casting. It's such a common problem. Up on the screen here is going to be one of my most recent new students. You can see he's actually in the slow-mo coming down in impact. You see how early he's losing his wrist angles, and at the moment of impact, he's actually appearing to show a slightly backwards leaning shaft. Maybe that the best it's straight up and down, no forward lean at all, possibly negative forward lean. Now at the end of this video, I'm going to show you a couple more videos of this same student after we worked on this anti-casting or casting fix series of drills. Now if you've been watching my channels for some time, you know that I like exercises that build like a ladder, that start without a club or a ball and will build in lots of over-exaggeration. So I'm going to ditch the club here for a couple other implements. I've got a speed whoosh. You can pick one of these awesome tools up at my website. The link is down below in the description. I like these because they will make an audible, either a popping noise, signifying when you've released the club, or a nice loud swooshing, depending on how you set up the ball. But if you don't have one of these, you can also use just a normal alignment rod, because that can give you a little bit of a swooshing sound too. All right, for the first drill, this is the super over-exaggerated exercise to get forward lean, control your low point, and really compress the ball. This is what it needs to feel like to you. Watch this. I call this a 3-step drill. Step 1 in this is to pin it. So I'm going to pin using my index finger here. I'm going to pin the shaft against my right upper arm, and what that's giving me is a ton of wrist cock. You see, most people who cast or run out of angle too soon, they do not fully cock the wrist. They only cock the wrist 60, 70 degrees. This, of course, is simulating a good 120 at least degrees of wrist cock. That makes it take a lot longer to uncock the wrists, and as gives you a good fighting chance for some forward lean at impact. So step 1, pin it. Step 2, I want you to turn it. I want you to turn all the way so your chest faces the target while maintaining the pin. Number 3, swoosh it or throw it. So it looks like this. Pin it, turn it, swoosh it, just like that. Let me show you that again with the alignment rod. You can do the same thing here. Pin it, turn it, swoosh it. Now you're going to do a series of those step by step. 1, 2, 3. The next drill up the ladder of succession here is to put fluidity to it. So it's pin it, turn it, swoosh it. Pin it, turn it, swoosh it. So you'll add a little bit more speed, no more step by step, but adding some fluidity to it. You're going to notice that your swooshes are about 90 degrees around the arc from where the ball would sit. Now let's move up the ladder again. Now we're going to do this with 2 hands with the same feel. So although you won't be pinning it, you're going to try to go for all the same steps. So it's pin it, turn it, swoosh it. Pin it, turn it, swoosh it. just like that. And you're gonna go for this, try to put the same feels into that. Once you've done those 3 sets, now you can pick up your own club with no ball. Do the same thing. You can first try, be harder to pin it because this shaft doesn't bend like those other 2 implements, but pin it as close as you can. Turn it all the way till your sternum faces the target and swoosh it. Your swoosh, my swoosh actually came more like 120 degrees around the arc from where the ball is. So this is as exaggerated as you can get. You cannot exaggerate holding and getting away from casting by any more than this. So now we jump up again, we go to fluidity. Pin it, turn it, swoosh it. Pin it, turn it, swoosh it. Pin it, turn it, swoosh it. Now this is where we get to the huge roadblock in progression. We're going to take a look back at that swing in slow motion. You'll see when I come down and I reach impact, the face of my club is going to be 45 degrees open at least. And this is why people have a hard time making significant progression in getting away from their cast, because the first time they try to do this correctly with a golf ball, they're going to mistime the face, leave the face so open that the ball is going to slice, maybe even hit the hosel and go really right, and they're also probably going to hit it thin several times. So if you do that, you progress through this sequence of drills and then you start moving to the ball strikes. Just remember, you're probably going to leave the face wide open on the first 50 to 100 tries and slice the ball. You're going to have to weather through that part. Well, this is because I am now advancing through the turn of my torso. I am now advancing the left arm faster through impact than ever before, and it's throwing off my timing of applying force here at the grip to square up that face. All of a sudden, it's late. For most of you, weather through this initial storm telling yourself, square the face, square the face, square the face, and eventually you'll be able to hit the ball straight, but with a better low point control, more compression, and more forward lean. All right, so now you're ready to hit a series of golf balls. I'm going to use the same feel that I took from the exercises. Pin it, extra wrist cock. Turn and swoosh after my chest has faced the target. This is extreme. Let's take a look and see if I can get some good forward lean here. Now coming into impact, boy, halfway down, you're seeing what looks like an absolute ton of lag. So it looks like I'm gonna almost be late uncocking the wrist. And then you see down at the bottom, I've got a good 15 to 20 degrees of forward lean, which is giving me super high compression, great divot locations, and a lot of distance out of this iron. All right, let's take a look at the follow-up videos from that same student after we worked hard on this exercise. Now, for most of you, it's not going to come all in one day. If you can just get it to budge in the first couple of days, that will be a success, but expect this not to be a magic pill that happens instantly. For some of you, it might, but most, you're gonna have to grind this out and steadily get better. So here's the same student doing a practice swing after doing a number of drill swings. And again, you can see there's quite a bit more lag in these swings, but you can see how at impact the club face is wide open. And to finish, here is an after drill of the student hitting golf balls after doing the sequence of drills. And you can see, definitely he's budged. It's not like he's gotten to be PGA Tour perfect after this one set of drills in one day, but you can see that at least there is some semblance of forward lean, definitely more turn of the chest, the legs look more active, and he's definitely hitting it a little bit lower, farther, and cleaner. All right, so if you're one of the many golfers in that boat where it looks like you're losing the angle too quick and you almost look scoopy at impact with a lot of loft showing, almost a backwards lean on the club, and you're often hitting the ground behind the ball, then definitely give this ladder of drills a try. It's got just enough super exaggeration in there to really get you to feel that pro feel when you swing. All right, so compressing the ball feels really good and it's fun. I'm gonna go back and hit some more, but thanks so much for joining me. I hope this lesson works really well if this is your big issue. And as usual, I will either see you in the next video or I will see you longer and straighter down the fairway. Everybody take good care.